Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. We got a brand new team of the week. We've got some new leaders cards, including a big upgrade to one of the more popular icons and the new prime times. Guys, if you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel for the most up-to-date news, tips, and info about NHL 22. All right, let's get into the video. All right, we're going to start first with the team of the week, and I'm not going to lie, this is one of the most boring team of the weeks that we've had in quite some time. However, I think for new players that maybe just started around the holidays, there are some decent cards in here, so I will cover you for that. We'll start with the 92 ARTEMI PANARIN. PANARIN's very good, 93 speed, 93 acceleration, and 96 agility. This one's got make it snappy and ankle breaker. His shot is great as well. Hand stats are almost maxed. He just plays much smaller than 5'11". Because he's only 170, he just gets hammered off the puck, I find. Now, obviously, if you're a Panarin fan, definitely go out and get him, but I'm just not going to lie, there's a lot of other great right-handed options for you on the wing, especially when you consider, like, Eichel, Stamkos, even Pasta, all a little bit bigger, and they have basically the same stats, if not better. So, not a huge fan of this Panarin, but this one in particular is pretty good. Then we've got this 89 Mika Zibanejad, and this is probably the most interesting one that has come out for this team of the week, because he's got 93 speed, 91 acceleration, 92 agility, 6'2", does have Thief, gets up to 86 on the draw, but also has the gold quick draw ability, which makes him totally viable at center, which is usually never the case. He's usually never good enough on the draws to actually use it center for a lot of the player base, but he's got good size, a great ability, so definitely someone that you could use at center, and he won't cost you an arm and a leg. Got the 88 of Evgeny Malkin, 6'3", always has great size, but horrible defensive stats for center. 79 on the draw with Thief activated. Defensive awareness and stick check and get it just over 90. His speed is well below 90. You can just do much better than this Evgeny Malkin. You'd have to use him on the wing, and he's just not built like a winger, so pass on this Malkin. Andrei Svechnikov also gets an 87 overall with 6'2". Same situation, though. Just not built like a winger. Very big, great size. Just going to play very sluggish. And shock and awe, while it's not bad and it's one of the more arcade-like abilities, it's just very situational and just not one I would recommend. Jesper Bratt gets an 87. He's 5'10" with Spark. Does get over 91 skating there at 5'10". I just think that there are far better options. I mean, I'd much rather have like the base Connor McDavid for around the same price. So just not a fan of this one. 5'10" with under 90 speed. At Zuccarello, 5'8". A lot of small players today. 91 speed, 93 acceleration. Great speed, obviously, and if you are looking for, I mean, the issue here is that 87s are going to be like 35,000 coins. There's no way I'd recommend spending 35,000 on this Matt Zuccarello, I'll be honest with you. Tyler Seguin also gets an upgrade. He's at 87 overall with Thief activated. You could play him at center, but again, not great. And then 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 90 agility, shot all above 90. Just very average. And like I said, there is a lot of great right-handed wingers that I'd rather have than him. On to defense, and there's even less options here. John Klingberg, however, is one of the better ones that is non-master set, non-X factor. 6'3", 90 speed, 90 acceleration, 94 agility. And then defensively, he's got 90 body checking with synergies activated. Defensive awareness to stick checking at 90, 92. Very, very good right-handed defenseman card. If you don't have, you know, some of the bigger names among right-handed defensemen like Burns, Carlson, Fox, all of those guys, this is a very good option for you. Same with if you couldn't afford Dougie Hamilton, for example. Then another one I want to point out is the 85 Moritz Mueller, 6'2" with distributor and workhorse activated, 90 speed, 88 acceleration. For anyone that is just starting the game at 85 overall, this isn't an awful defensive card. Like, his shot is 71. Like, you're not going to shoot. This is, for anyone that is just starting the game looking for a card that could keep up that's pretty big, this isn't half bad. Then in net, we've got the 86 overall Tristan Jarry, and just not really anything exciting here. Just like I said, brutal team of the week this week. Taking a look at Mika Zibanejad's new card, 6'2", does get workhorse, which does make things a little bit interesting. Also has Thief, and then his first one, I'd probably go booming shot, 93 acceleration, 91 speed. But his abilities are just really bad, in my opinion. Like, you're not going to use any of them, and the cost is getting a little high. But he is 6'2", and if you put Thief on him, you could use him at center. There are worse X factors, but I still think he is among the bottom tier and one that isn't really worth investing in. On to the new leaders cards, and we've got some big ones. He's back. Justice Anunin, the best goaltender from NHL 21, 6'4", and they gave him post-to-post. This is going to be the new cheap goaltender to go after. So some other options were like Vejmelka at 85 overall, 67 aggression with goal post to post at 6'4". Like I said, last year, this was the best card. His master set one was pretty much what everyone in GW, the Gaming World Championships, used. And he is definitely going to be one of the better ones that you can use in this middle 80s range. So if you are looking for a goaltender that is cheaper, this is probably going to be it. And then, you know, if you want to upgrade to like X Factor Price or any of the master sets, yeah, but this should be fine at the 85 of Noonan. And I mentioned it before, some of these European cards or silver cards that you get, when they get upgraded, because their stats are so weird at the launch of the game, you get these really crazy spreads when they have to upgrade them. This 84 Gregory Hoffman, 6 foot, 84 acceleration, 86 with workhorse activated. However, he's got 96 speed. So, like, he is going to be like a tugboat off the line, but 96 speed is pretty wild. One of the more interesting cards I've seen ever in Hockey Ultimate Team. There's nothing else that's really great about him. But if you can get him for cheap to try him out, I mean, why not? That acceleration is awful, and it is, you're going to see when if you use this card how important acceleration is. But if you really want to test it out, this would be a really fun card to try. And we've got the 85 JARKKO PARIKKA, 6 foot left-handed defenseman with spark as well as barrage. He's got gold shutdown, 88 speed, 89 acceleration. Not really anything special here, but if you are just starting your team, these are the kind of cards you want to watch out for. Gold shutdown on a defenseman makes him valuable no matter what his overall is, and he's got almost 90 skating. It's not going to be good at all, but if you get him for the base cost of 85 overalls, then this could be a decent card to use for your free-to-play team. Taking a look at some of the other icons that got one, we've got one with Wendell Clark, fly the zone, and wingman, 90 speed and acceleration, 5'11", does have gold truculence. Could be a pretty fun card, I'm not going to lie. He's not great in terms of his skating, and his shot at 90 is okay. 89 is going to go for about 40 to 45,000 coins, and this could be a decent card to use for sure, especially if you activate truculence. Shane Doan gets an 89 overall with spark as well as buzzing, and just a brutal skater, honestly. At 89 overall, he's going to cost too much because they are using sets. And he does have Born Leader, which is okay in close quarters, which again isn't terrible, but just way too slow for what you're going to have to pay. His icon as well, taking a look at that, just doesn't have split up speed synergy, so he's just going to, you know, again, just not good enough in my opinion. BRIND'AMOUR gets a 90 overall with spark as well as light the lamp and golden quick draw, 90 speed, 90 acceleration, great balance as well. Hand stats are all above 90. Again, this could be a decent left-handed centerman card for you. Again, speed is not going to be the most important, but like this is, again, another reason why I think Draisaitl and Matthews just don't have a ton of value investing in their X Factor, because you could just get a card like this 90 BRIND'AMOUR, and he's basically better if you activate Quick Draw. So just something to keep in mind there. I don't think it's an incredible card, but if you get him for what 90s are going for, like the cheap 90s, then this could be a decent option. His icon card, just not worth upgrading. He does have buzzing on one, but he's not going to get another skating synergy for a little bit. He does have gold quick draw as well, but it's going to cost you like 300,000 coins to get him up there. Just not worth it. And then Mark Messier gets a 93 with distributor and wingman, and a really nice center with quick draw and born leader. 92 speed, 88 acceleration. Just going to be very sluggish, but defensively, he's perfect, essentially. So this could have some value. Again, he might be cheaper than you think because these 90s are not used in sets. People are going to try and get rid of them if they're not going to be on their super teams or anything like that. And while his skating is not great, you could definitely throw him at center with that silver quick draw ability. So keep that in mind, guys, as you could grab a Mark Messier for cheap. Like if he was going for like under 100,000 coins, I'd probably pull the trigger. Looking at his icon, and again, same kind of situation. It's not bad, but it's just, I'd rather have the quick draw. He does have truculence here, but the cost is just going to be way too high if you want to upgrade him to 93. And then we've got the 91 Drew Doughty, and I hate to say this, but this card is actually pretty good. Right-handed defenseman, 6'1", elite edges, and born leader is an awful ability combo for a defenseman, but he's 91 speed, 93 acceleration. Defensively, he's got very good body checking and stick checking and defensive awareness. If you don't have some of the more expensive ones like Burns and Fox or Weber, this is a good alternative. He is probably going to cost a couple 100,000 coins. If there's any up right now, there's not. But definitely a good option for you. All right, guys, so that is going to do it for today's content. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below, and I will see you guys next time. Have a good one.